Hi there, my name is Blake and I'm with BlvdHome and I'm with our service and repair department. Today we're going to be talking about range cords and dryer cords, both 3 and 4 prong, the differences between them, and how to properly connect them up to your product so they work properly. Well, the differences between your different cords you have between your 3 and 4 prong. The 3 prong cord goes back to World War II. There was a copper shortage during the war, and so they decided to take the plug and instead of having a case ground for the product itself and an electrical ground, they decided they would just make them the same. So you had a 3 prong cord. Well, if your home was built after 1996, they decided at that point that they needed to make it safer, and they had enough copper at this point, so they went to a 4 prong cord. With the 4 prong cord, instead of having your electrical ground for the product, they also made a case ground for the case, so they were separate from each other, so it became more safe. With electrical ground, basically what it is if you have a short inside with your electronic components, it could short out and trip your breaker at the breaker box. With your case ground, we want to make sure that the case, so if something failed inside there or something shorted against the case and it necessarily didn't trip the breaker, the case is then also grounded so you do not get harmed if you're touching the range or the appliance during that time. All right, so what's really important is to make sure that you know what type of plug you have at your home that you need to plug this into, either a 3 or 4 prong cord, and also for your range or for your dryer, because there is a differences between the types of cords, even with 4 prong cords. This right here is a range cord because it has your straight connection right here for your ground, for your electrical ground. On this one here is for your dryer. Now, you're gonna say, well gosh, they look the same, they should work the same. Well, technically they do, except for the difference in there, but the difference is the dryer cord is rated at 30 amps, your range cord is rated at 50 amps. The reason for that is the range has to be able to use more power, because potentially you could have 4 burners plus your oven going at the same time, so you have to have something that will handle all the amp draw, the current going through this to supply the power properly to your range so it works properly. With a dryer cord, it's only rated at 30 amps. The 30 amps is only required for the motor itself and for the heating element to heat up the dryer. So on the left-hand side, this is the range cord. On your right-hand side, this is a dryer cord. As you can see physically, the range cord is a much bigger wire than it is for the dryer. So this is why there is that difference between a 50 amp and a 30 amp cord. All right, for installing cords on either range or a dryer, there's just some basic tools you need, nothing too complex. Most people have it in their toolboxes at home. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver. You need a 1/4 inch driver, preferably with a magnetic end, so it holds on those screws when you're putting them in these tight situations in your dryer. And then also for a range, you're gonna need a 3/8 socket. You can also use a crescent wrench, but something, because you're going to be removing nuts when you're taking the nuts off and installing your cord onto it, then tighten the nuts down. In the kit with your cord, you'll have the cord itself, and then you'll also have your strain relief, which is really important that you do put this on also. Let's show you here on this dryer here how to properly connect up a cord and so it's done properly and safely for your home, depending on your application, being 3 or 4 prong. In this application right now, I've taken the cover off the back right here that has just a single screw. The cover comes off, and this is what's called our terminal block, and this is located right here. Now, with a terminal block, if you look on this, we have a white wire, a red wire, and a black wire. Now that is your power, this is your neutral, and your black is your L1, and your red is what's called your L2. And this white wire that's over here, this is an important wire. This right here is a grounding strap for the product itself. And now this, the way it's currently set up, is set up for a 3 prong operation. So when you put the cord on, I'm not gonna put it on quite yet. When it goes on, it's gonna go basically on like this. On a 3 prong cord, your center is gonna go to your center, and you have your left and right. It really does not matter which. We prefer to go out this way, but if you reverse them, it's no big deal, but this is the preferred way to have it go on. Now, at this point, we are going to leave our white wire here because this is a 3 prong, because we talked about the case being grounded earlier. In this case, this is a 3 prong, so they took and put your white wire here, which is your case ground, and attached it to the case here. So So at this point, we're gonna connect this up. We're gonna connect the 3-prong up to this, and then we'll show you how it's supposed to look when it's all said and done, and then we'll connect up a 4-prong after. So at this point, we're gonna take the screws off. Now these screws are a fine thread screw. I'm not sure if you can see that, but they are what's referred to as a fine thread screw. So these will hold really tight once you have it tightened down. The only bad thing about this type of screw is you have to be very careful when you are putting it on, because they will cross thread if you do not put them on correctly. So you will need to make sure that you do it by hand. That way you're not going to cross thread them with a drill. So at this point, we got our screws off. So with this, our cord is going to go up into the dryer itself. Going to get them lined up. Then at this point, we're going to screw that connection on until it's nice and tight. Now it's very important that that connection is tight and there's no play in that connection when it's on there. If there's any play in it, you will have the potential that you can burn that connection because it's not a tight connection. So if you've ever seen a burned electrical, basically it's a tight connection that's creating heat, and from that heat it is burning the connection. So if it's not tight, it will burn this connection here, and it will possibly burn the connection up inside here. And then at that point, the terminal block will have to be replaced. Now that's on, and these are all nice and tight, and they're all nice tight connection. There's one last thing we cannot forget. It's this piece right here, and a lot of people forget about this. This right here is called a strain relief. Now, the purpose of a strain relief is so if the dryer ever gets pulled out or from the wall or something, we're not pulling on this cord, which is pulling on our connections up here. We don't want that to happen. So we want to install a strain relief. Now the strain relief goes in the bottom here, and then it goes in the top here. We have screws here, and then you're gonna run these screws through. Okay. So now the strain relief is properly installed on this. So now when you pull on the cord, it's pulling on this piece of metal here instead of your connections up here at your terminal block. And then at that point, you'll just take your outer cover, which I have located right here. You'll reinstall this, and that will conclude a 3-prong installation. Now we'll do a 4-prong installation to show you the differences. Now this takes a little bit more, a few more steps, but it's pretty much the same as the 3-prong installation. But the biggest difference is at this point, we need to move the grounding screw off the product right here. And sometimes if it's on a range, you'll have a grounding strap, which is just basically a piece of copper that comes from the center post down to the range itself. If you have that on the range, you'll want to just remove that center strap and just set it to the side for your installation. Okay. So now this piece here, our neutral wire, will be attached right underneath our cord right here on the center post. And then that way, this will be set up for a 4-prong installation. So at this point, we'll take our 4-prong cord and we'll do the same thing and then push this up inside of here. Except this, unlike the gray cord for our 3-prong installation, this is color coded. So you want to pretty much follow the same color code. So on this, our white is our center, and then we're going to have a red on this side and our black on this side. So we're going to start with on this one, because this one's a little bit more difficult. We're going to put the white wire on first, along with our wire here for the case ground. Right here, you can see we just put this white wire that came from the case and put it right on the same connection as our white wire from our cord. And so at that point, we're just going to screw this down. Again, making sure our connections are nice and tight. When you grab them like this, they don't move. They're nice and solid. And then our next wire is going to be our red wire. Our red wire is going to go over here on this side right here. Black wire here. And this is the biggest difference, is you're now going to take your green wire here that comes off your cord, and you're going to install that onto the chassis ground on this side over here. So now we're going to take that green screw we took off previously. Then after this is tight, we're going to take and do the same with our strain relief. We're going to put our bottom piece here, top piece here, put our screws in. Make sure this is just nice and tight, so holding on to, and all of our connections are attached and they're solid. So, and at this point, we'll put the cover back on the dryer. Put that over, install our screw, and that completes a 4-prong installation on a dryer. All right, now this is a range, and this range already has a 3-prong cord connected to this range. Now, the biggest difference between a range and a dryer is a dryer is going to have a terminal block that has screws that screw into it. Ranges usually have a terminal block like this, and with a terminal block like this, we have a 3/8 nut on there that tightens down for the cord itself right here. But this right down here, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's right down here where my finger is. There's a strap that's right here, and this green pieces, and this green screw is attached to it right here. Now the strap goes from the center post down to here. That's what's proper for a 3-prong installation, because this grounds our case. Now, if we would take this strap off, remove that screw and take this strap off, or just basically bend it upwards and take it off from here, then it would be proper for a 4-prong installation. And then you would take your green wire and attach it right down there where that green screw is. And so basically, if you have a nut driver, it just goes right down on this. You unscrew it, unscrew the nut off of this, and slide your connection off, and then you put your connection back on if that's what you're doing, and then you slide it in, and you just put the nut on. Just put the nut on, run it all the way down, and you can either take a crescent wrench or something you can reach in there and just make sure that that screw is nice and tight, just like that. Well, hopefully this helps with your dryer cord or in your range cord installations. It's pretty basic, and it's really easy that most homeowners can do. If you have any further questions, or you have any comments about installing these, just let us know, and we will be happy to help you out.